So the next recursive function we're going to do is print all subsequences of a string. What this function does is it prints all subsequences of a given string. So for example, if we have A, B, C, we will print out B, then we would print out A, and then we print out A, B. For A, B, C, we'll print out C, we'll print out B, then we print out B and C, then we print out A, then we print out AC, then we print out AB, and then ABC. So to solve this, we have to include and exclude each character in the string. So let's write the prototype for this. This is going to be a void function because we'll just be working with the parameters and we don't need to return anything to the user. So we'll do void, we'll call it print subsequence, and first we'll take in a char pointer, and we'll call this str, and this will be the main input that we're working with. Then we'll take in a char pointer, and we'll call it current, and this is going to be the current subsequence that we'll be printing out to the screen. And then we'll have the index to keep track of what index we're currently on. So now let's copy this and let's paste it in our C file. First thing we want to do is we need to go to the top and we need to include a new library called string.h. Include string.h. This is a library that provides us some functions that helps us work with strings easily. So we'll see some examples in a second. But now let's start writing the code for this function here. Let's write one of the two recursive calls we need now. The first thing we want to do is exclude the current character we're looking at. So to do that, we're just going to write out the function name again. We'll just copy it and paste it. We'll pass in str, current, and then we'll pass in index plus 1. Next thing we got to do is we need to make another recursive call, but we need to include the current character. So first we want to get the length, and the length is going to equal to our current length. So we can use a cstring function called strlen for string length, and we can pass in current, and this will return a whole number of what the length is for this current string. Next, we got to update the last index of current to be current index of our string. So to do that, we're going to do current length, and this is going to equal str at index. When we call an array at length, this is usually the last index plus 1 in the array. So for example, if we had an array of 3 indexes, 4, 3, and 1, this is a length of 3, but the indexes are 0, 1, 2. So when we use the length, which is 3, so we'll be setting the last index here as whatever the current letter we're looking at in our string. Next, we just got to close the C string. So we need to do current, and we'll do length, and we need to do length plus 1. So after we set that last character, we need to set the /0 to show that this is the end of that string. And then finally, we're going to call our second recursive call. And here, we just pass in str, current again, but current's now going to be updated based off of the operations we just did. And then we'll be doing index plus 1. At the very end, we just need to backtrack and remove the last character from our current. So to do that, we could just do current at length, and we'll remove that last character here. Let's clean this up. So now let's write our base case. Our base case is going to say if index is equal to the length of our string. So we're going to do strlen again, pass in string here. So if index is equal to the length of the string, we're going to print out whatever our current is and exit the function here. We'll do printf. So we need to do \n to denote the quote character. So now you can see it's purple, not red. So it's not going to open or close out the string here. And then we'll do %s and then another \n and quote to denote it again. So this will print out a quote, our current string, and then another quote again. And then we could just return, exit out of our function call here. Before I forget, we need to do comma and put in our current here to print out the current over this string value before we forget. So now let's go to our main function. Let's run it. And I already added out some test cases here because it's a little complex and I didn't want to take too long to type it all out. But you can copy it from the description within the course page and use it in your main function. So let's run it now. Control F5. And if we expand this a little bit, the format's a little messed up. So let's just add a space here at the end to help with that. This should help fix up the format. Let's do Control F5 again. And perfect. We can see that for A, B, C, D, it prints out the expected value. A, B, C prints out the expected value again. A, B, A, and for empty quotes, it works as well. Now we can ensure that print all subsequences works as expected.